There has been another stabbing incident that has been reported in Australia's Sydney. A knife attack during a service at a church in Sydney was a terrorist attack motivated by suspected religious extremists, is what the Australian police has to say. At least 4 people have been wounded in the attack, including the bishop of the church, during a service that was live streamed at the Western Sydney suburb of Wakeley on Monday.
The young person has sustained injuries to his hand as a result of his actions. The parishioners did a fantastic job subduing him after he stabbed the 2 clergy members. Police are obviously making sure that young person is safe, and obviously with the reaction of the parishioners and obviously the local community, there was concerns for his safety, hence the decision was made to detain him in our church until later in the night.
We have Jay Bhardwaj, Managing Editor of the Australia Today, joining us on the broadcast. Thank you so much for joining us here this morning. Another stabbing incident in a matter of 48 hours, even though these are unrelated incidents. But what's driving these back-to-back attacks, with the police now calling this attack a terrorist one?
See, we have to keep both the incidents which have happened in last week separately. The first one was, if we can understand, a mental health related crime where the person of interest was off his medication and he acted in a spree of depressant which he was taking. So let's keep it apart. What has happened last night in Sydney is a dangerous thing to be happening in any city, and police is now focusing on what motivation this young man was having. He's just 16-year-old. So we have to find out how he got radicalized and acted in the manner he did. He has wounded 4 parish goers, including the priest who was doing the sermon. So it's very, very dangerous if some sort of radicalization process is going on in Sydney. Then authorities are very concerned about this. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has also called a meeting early this morning about the security concerns. The thing is, the attack was one of the things which happened last night. Another thing was that people who are on the edge, they gathered in front of the church, and for the safety of that attacker, police has to detain him in the church till almost 1 a.m. The people who have gathered there were very angry, and they were throwing a number of things to police. Several police officers got injured and they were admitted to hospital. The situation is that because of the attack happened on a minority church, people, the tempers have fled. And the whole motive now of the authorities and the administration is to ease it down so that no untoward incident happens today or in future.
Right, Mr. Bhardwaj, when we talk about this incident that's triggered clashes between the angry crowds that had gathered outside the church, and it was a problem to get the teenager behind the attack out of the church, and he was made to stay inside for his own safety. Do you have any information about the 15-year-old teenager who has now been arrested?
See, the identity of the teenager has not been released, as he's a teenager, underage young man. Probably we will not know his identity till the case goes to the court. This is how Australian laws work. The only thing which we know about that was he was shouting the slogan Allahu Akbar when he was inside doing the actions which he did. So right. Identity probably
will unfold in time ahead. Thank you so much, Jay Bhardwaj, Managing Editor of the Australia Today, for joining us here this morning.